cage away from the belly. Lift the heart, take the shoulders up to the ear, roll them down the back. And we'll bring our thumb and index finger to touch, and the palms can come face up in a gesture of receiving, or perhaps face down in a gesture of wisdom and containing the energy within. And so if you're feeling a little bit more drawn inwards at this time, which is very common at the new moon, then it can be really nice to have our palms facing down. So take a moment to find your asana, find your comfortable seat, and when you're ready, please join me to close the eyes. Allow yourself a few moments to relax here into this present moment, feeling your sit bones and your leg bones rooting heavy onto the earth. And as you inhale, fill the whole body, feel the crown of your head expand towards the sky. And take a moment to scan the body, mind, and notice how you're feeling today. Is there any tension or tightness in the body? Is there any busyness in the mind? And what's present for you in the heart today? Coming back to this question, why practice? Why am I showing up to this practice today? What is it that I am cultivating? What would I like to program into the GPS of this body-mind vehicle? And with your awareness at the heart center, take a few moments to breathe into that intention, that inner GPS. Soften the belly and the skin. Soften the face. And let's begin to deepen the breath now, in and out through the nose. You may take a few opportunities to let out a sigh from the mouth. Just to help yourself relax even deeper into the present moment. Beginning to allow each exhale to become slightly longer than the one that came before it. Anytime your mind begins to wander away with a thought, see if you can gently draw it back to the breath, cultivating the practice of staying centered and present. Your awareness is resting either at the heart or at the third eye, as though you're staring straight ahead from behind closed eyes. Continuing to breathe in and out through the nose. Nice, long, slow flowing breath. Throughout our practice today, I invite you to keep coming back to your breath. Perhaps you're working with your eyes soft or closed, cultivating this quality of pratyahara, sensory withdrawal, helping to cultivate inner seeing and inner listening. It's very yin or new moon type qualities to cultivate. And then gently draw the hands into prayer, letting go of the breath. And we'll sing Om 3 times to open our space together. You're welcome to join me, harmonize, or just bathe in the vibration as you stare straight ahead behind closed eyes. 3 ohms, the pranava, the primordial sound. Take a nice deep breath in. Bowing to the heart, offering our practice as a prayer. And softly open the eyes and release the hands. Working with a little prayer mudra today, honoring this path of practice. Inhale, sweep your arms up, crisscross your prayer, reach up, lift the heart, arch the spine. The gaze is up, hugging the shoulder blades toward each other. And as you exhale, hug the belly in, bring the hands forward, and gently unwind your hands, offering and opening. 2 more times. Inhale, sweep the arms up, crisscross the prayer, reaching up, arch the spine, and exhale, hug in, offering our prayer, offering our practice. Inhale, sweep the arms up, last time, arch the spine, the gaze is up, and exhale, releasing and opening. Bring your hands to the earth, walk your fingertips over to the right, inhale, sweep your left arm up and over, relax this right shoulder away from the ears, you turn your heart up, pinky finger spins down, reaching long, sending the left hip to the earth, reaching long through left fingertips. Maybe you can bring your forearm onto the earth, but stay grounded through the hips. Find your breath. Inhale, come all the way up, both hands to the earth. Close your eyes to feel the difference side to side. And then walk your fingertips over to the left, right arm sweeps up and over, pinky finger spins down. Lift the heart, expand, reach long, find your breath. Root your right sit bone. Reach long through the right fingertips. Relax that left shoulder away from the ear. Maybe you're coming onto the forearm, but if your hip is lifting, see if you can ground it first. Inhale takes the heart forward, and exhale, release. Switch the cross of your legs. Flush away from the sit bones. Inhale, sweep your arms up, crisscross the opposite way. Reach long, shoulders draw together, and then come into a twist. Right hand, left knee, left fingertips behind. Root down through the fingertips to lengthen the spine. And then as you exhale, spiral the rib cage around the central channel, the head and gaze to the back. Inhale, lift nice and long. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Turn the head and gaze forward and gently release. Arms sweep up. Inhale, crisscross, opposite way, lengthen. Exhale, twisting second side, left hand, right knee, right fingertips come into a tent. Push into your cushion or the earth, lengthen the spine, and then as you exhale, spiral the rib cage, the head and gaze comes back. Each inhale is a lengthening, a growing tall, an expansion, and each exhale is a deepening, a twisting, a wringing out. Finding your breath, Inhale the head and gaze forward, and exhale and gently release. Come on to the hands, roll over the knees, take your cushion to the side, and we'll come on to all fours, please. Spread your fingers wide like the rays of the sun, shoulders over the wrists. And take the tops of the feet to the earth. Inhale, big body circles come forward. Right hand, left hip, right hip. Inhale all the way forward. Nice big body circle. Exhale back. Inhale all the way forward. And exhale all the way back. And switching sides. Inhale, reversing the circle all the way forward. And exhale back. 2 more times, finding your breath. And then press back into a child's pose. The big toes touch, the knees are wide. We'll spin the palms to face up in a gesture of receptivity and also a gesture of letting go, of offering. Bring your forehead down to the earth. Find your breath. As you inhale, fill the whole back side of the body. And as you exhale, maybe wiggle a little bit deeper. Take your hands into prayer at the sky, rooting the elbows. Take a moment to come back to your intention for practicing today. And then gently release the hands. Inhale, come all the way up. Sink the hips to the earth for a cobra. Spread your fingers, shift the weight to the right thigh, roll the left shoulder back. Shift the weight to the left thigh, roll the right shoulder back. And take a few moments to slither side to side, awakening through the spine. And then gently come back onto all fours, please. Tuck your toes. Hands underneath the shoulders, a few rounds of cat-cow to awaken the spine. Inhale, arch the spine, look up. The gaze is up, draw the shoulder blades together. And exhale, round, push the earth away, chin to chest. 2 more. Inhale, use the whole of the breath to come into the full expression, the full arch. And exhale, round. Close your eyes if it's available to you. Arch the spine. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round. And come to a neutral. Step your feet back, tuck your toes. And we come into a high plank. You might like to gently rock your plank forward through the crown of the head. Lift your head so the neck is in line with the spine. Come back to center, pull the kneecaps up, hug the belly in. Now, when we come into high plank today, I'm going to give us the option. If you want to bring the knees down at any time, you're welcome. Otherwise, take a moment, hug to the midline, lift the right leg and the left arm. Left leg, right arm. Maybe 3 times both sides just to develop core strength. And then bring your knees down, hug your elbows in, lower all the way down to the ground for Shalabhasana. Take your arms forward. Inhale, zip the legs together, lift the knees, spread the toes. Inhale, lift the heart, reach the arms, spread the fingers. Inhale, lift. Exhale, grow long, lengthen. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lengthen. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lengthen. Release the hands underneath the shoulders. Press back, child's pose. The big toes can touch. Hips to the heels. Wiggle the belly, forehead to the earth. Option to take your hands in prayer, or maybe the palms are face up. Find your breath. Your next inhale, slowly come back onto all fours. Preparing our first downward facing dog of the practice. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips, coming into this inverted V pose. Press your thigh bones back. Check that your feet are hips distance. Check that your hands are spread wide, shoulder distance. Notice if you're dumping weight into the front of the body. And if you are, really think about lifting the toes, bending the knees, press the belly to the thighs, push the earth away, relax the shoulders, and then press the thigh bones back. Now take a few moments to shift the weight to your right foot, your left foot. Take a few moments to color outside of the lines. Really play with this shape and see where can you bring more space, more awareness, more openness. You can come into a shape that may not even be a classical yoga pose, just unwinding the tension. Yeah. Finding your breath. And we use this pose as a kind of tuning fork to see where we're holding, where we have room to expand. Come high onto the toes, soft bend in the knees, look up between the hands, hop, float, step to the top of the mat, lengthening halfway lift. Feet are hips distance, and exhale, fold. Take the elbows in your hands. Bend your knees and just gently bounce up and down. Fascia blasting. Nod your head, yes, no, maybe so. And then come into stillness. Release the hands. Look at the feet. Make sure the inner arch of the feet is lifted. Spread the toes. And then rooting down through the four corners, stacking the bones, we come all the way up. Head comes last. Arms sweep up, the gaze is up, and exhale, hands into prayer, Tadasana. So again, let's make sure our feet are hips distance. Spread your toes. The pinky toe is lined up to the outer edge of the heel. Knees are soft. From the hips to the rib cage, we lift and lengthen, opening our heart, coming into our prayer, our mudra of offering our practice as a prayer to help us fuel that inner GPS, finding more freedom, more joy, more peace, more grace, more ease, more flow in our lives. Inhale, sweep the arms up, crisscross, reaching up, press the hips forward, standing back bend. And then as we exhale, bring your arms forward, gently unwind, offering yourself to the practice. Let's try that a couple more times. Root the feet, open the arms wide, reverse your swan dive all the way up. The gaze is up. Exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, arms up, crisscross, standing back bend. Exhale, unwind, offering yourself. Last one, arms wide. Inhale, come all the way up. Hands to prayer. Inhale, sweep your arms up, crisscross, hips forward, heart open, and exhale, offer. Look up, halfway lift. Hands to the shin or the thighs, lengthen through the crown of the head, and exhale, plant your hands to a high plank. So remember, you can bring your knees down or you can lift opposite arm and leg 2-3 times each side to build that core strength, that tone. And then bring your knees down, elbows in, lower all the way down. Shalabhasana, interlacing the hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the heart, sweep it up, zip the legs together, maybe Charlie's angel grip. Pull the knees up, reach the heart forward, lift the chin. Inhale, lifts a little bit higher, and exhale, release, hands beneath the shoulders. Child's pose, pressing back, finding your arm variation, your breath. Relax your face, find your focus, find your awareness. With your next inhale, slowly make your way into a downward facing dog. Making any little adjustment here so that the spine is nice and long, the neck is nice and long. And step the feet together. Inhale, sweep your left leg to the sky. Soft elbows push the earth away, three-legged dog. Exhale, hug the knee into the heart and step the foot between the hands for a low lunge. Come onto your fingertips. Pull the shoulders back, lengthen the heart, lift the hips, lift and spread the toes. Now rooting down through the feet, sweep your arms up into a crescent lunge and exhale, deepen into the lunge. So let's take a moment to get our alignment nice here. So bend your back knee to curl the pelvic floor under, lengthen through the rib cage, and then really push the back leg nice and long. Bend your front knee a little bit more, and all we want to really see here is the big toe. Keep firing up that back leg. Inhale, sweep your arms up, crisscross, open the heart. Exhale, unwind. So adding our mudra 2 more times. Arms up, inhale, open, firm the back leg. Exhale, offering ourselves. Last one, inhale. And exhale, release. Step your back foot in. Both legs are nice and long for pyramid pose. So the feet are about hips distance apart, about 1 leg distance from each other. The back foot is at a 45-degree angle, and pushing into the pinky toe edge of the foot, the inner arch of the foot lifts. Push into both feet a lot. Sweep your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway. Hug your right hip, your left hip back, reach forward, and then exhale, release. Bring your hands to the earth or maybe onto blocks as you fold forward. Relax the face. Keep hugging the right hip back, the left hip forward. Keep pushing down into the feet to lengthen through the spine. Little standing splits action coming next. Bring your hands forward. Soft bend in the knee. Inhale, lift your back leg, lengthen your spine, look up, and exhale, fold over that left leg, reaching, pushing down through the 4 corners of both feet. Maybe your left hand comes behind the left shin, hugging your head in towards the knee. Inhale, look up. Soft bend in the knee. Come back through a crescent lunge with control. Coming into one of my favorite poses for all of the symbolic qualities it represents. Interlace the hands behind the back for humble warrior. Keep firming the back leg. Reach the arms back. Push through the feet. Open the heart. And as you exhale, bow to the inside of the leg. Keep pushing down to the feet a lot. The arms can waterfall up and over. Now, what are you humbling yourself to in the practice? We know that our practice really can help us look at the shadow side of our lives, can really help us look at the things that we've run from or hiding from, and sometimes we really give way to distractions and things that take us away. So why do you practice? And take a moment to celebrate that you are showing up. Plant your hands, step back to a high plank. Pull the knees up, reach the crown of the head forward. Maybe you're alternating. Maybe that's quite enough for you. Hug your elbows in. Maybe the knees come down or come halfway and then all the way. Bend your knees. Preparing for bow pose. Urdhva Dhanurasana, just Dhanurasana, bow pose. Hands to the top of the foot, spread the toes. And as you inhale, kick the feet into the hand, lift the heart, lift the gaze, draw the knees toward each other, draw the shoulders back. Maybe the breath is oscillating you forward and back a little bit. And exhale, release. Hands beneath the shoulders, child's pose. Deepening your breath, softening into the moment. Yoga is the journey of the self, through the self, to the self. It's a journey of wholeness, as Jung might say. Inhale, come up onto all fours, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking a moment to wiggle around, coloring outside the lines to unwind any tension. And coming to stillness, step the feet together, lengthen your right leg to the sky, soft elbows, push away the earth, lengthen. Exhale, low lunge, hug the knee and lift the hip, and take the foot between the hands, come onto your fingertips. Lift your hips, lift the heart, lift and spread the toes. Push down through the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, sink deep. Firm your back leg a lot. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knee to curl the pelvic floor under. Lengthen the rib cage. And then again, let's firm that back leg, keeping the bend deep in the front knee. Inhale, sweep your arms up, crisscross, little back bend, and then exhale, offering your practice as a prayer. Offering yourself, inhale, offering yourself to the highest good, to peace, to love, to grace, to ease, to flow. Last one, inhale. And exhale, release, lengthen the front leg, step the back foot in. So your feet are about hips distance wide, preparing pyramid pose. Push down a lot through both feet, arms up, inhale, hug your right hip back, lengthen. And as you exhale, come down through flat back, hug your right hip back to reach long, and exhale, release. The hands can come to blocks or the earth as the chin comes to the chest. Find your breath. Close your eyes. Keep hugging your right hip back, your left hip forward, and really listen to the information the shape is offering you right now. So the practice is about connecting our body, hearts, mind, breath, awareness. So connect to your breath, connect to your body, connect to your awareness. Relax your face, standing splits. Soft bend in the front knee, walk your fingertips forward. Inhale, lift your back leg up, lengthen the heart, and exhale, fold over the standing leg. Lift and spread your toes to stabilize the ankle. Maybe a soft bend in the knee. Maybe the right hand comes behind the shin. Push out through the four corners of both feet. Inhale, look up. And as you exhale, crescent lunge with control. Nice. You might have to wiggle around. Find your alignment again. Right hip back. Interlace the hands behind the back. Firm the leg. Open the heart. And exhale. What are you bowing down to? What are you humbling yourself to? Lift your hips. Arms up and over. What are the altars that you pray to every day? How do you spend your time, your energy, your awareness? Push down through the feet a lot. And exhale, release the hands to the earth. Come back, high plank. Hug the belly in, soft knees. Reach forward through the crown of the head. Maybe the knees come down, zip the elbows in, and lower all the way down for a bow pose. Bend the knees. Take the tops of the feet, spread the toes. Kick the feet into the hands. Inhale, lifts the heart. Nice, beautiful back bend. Lift your knees a little bit higher. Lift the heart. Draw your shoulder blades toward each other on the back. And exhale, release. This time, bring one hand on top of the other. Rest one cheek. Bring your toes together and your heels wide. They call this one beach pose. So take a few moments to listen to the waves of the breath and relax into the here and now. Inhale, lift your head. Take your left arm alongside the left shoulder and your right fingertips underneath your shoulder, your right shoulder. We'll roll over left side body and the right foot come onto the ball of the foot and let the knees splay out. They call this one crushed wing. Feels so good. Maybe you're taking your right hand, wrapping it around your back as you spiral your heart. If it's uncomfortable for your neck, bring a cushion under your head. And when you're ready, close your eyes for 3 full breath cycles, please. Release your right hand, slowly unwind back onto the belly. Lengthen your right arm, bring your right cheek to the earth, left fingertips underneath your shoulder. And again, we'll come into crush wing on our second side, rolling over right side, body coming onto the ball of the toe, letting your knee open up and finding your breath. Maybe you're taking left arm and wrapping it around the back for 3 more full breaths. Each exhale is an opportunity to soften and deepen into the pose. Maybe the knee is opening. And then gently release onto your belly. Release left fingertip to the earth. Lift the head, right fingertip to the earth, and come into our beloved child pose, this beautiful pose of offering. Slowly walk your hands to an upright Virasana, hero's pose. So wiggle the hips in between the knees, in between the heels, and hug the belly in to release the arch of spine. Option to have the hands on the tops of the thighs, option to hold the elbows above the head and bring the chin to the chest. I love this pose. It always reminds me that we can choose to be the hero of the fairy tale of our lives. The hero that acknowledges and yet works to slay the dragons without becoming the victim or the villain. Next, inhale, lift the head, release the hands behind. We come into our backs now. If this is straining you on the knees, then just stick to an earlier variation. So bring your hands behind, Supta Virasana, fingertips to the top of the mat. Lift your hips a lot. The knees come towards the earth. Maybe that's enough for you. Maybe you can come onto your forearms. Maybe you're relaxing your head. Or maybe you're walking all the way down onto the back, holding the elbows above the head. Wherever you are, lift your hips a little bit more. Ground your knees towards the earth. Close your eyes for 3 full breaths. To release, bring your arms down alongside the body, root into the elbows, tuck the chin, push yourself onto the hand, and drape yourself forward, child's pose. Gently walk your way up to a downward facing dog. We'll come there through tabletop today. Take your knees together. Inhale, sweep your left leg behind you, lift your heart, spread your toes, and as you exhale, hug the knee in, round, take the Knee behind the left wrist, tuck your back toe, and find your shape. Look at your back leg to make sure that your leg is nice and aligned. Take the flesh away from underneath your left sit bone. Maybe you can wiggle the foot towards the top of the mat. The top of the foot can come onto the earth. Push down as you open the heart. Inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly lowering down right forearm, left forearm. Maybe you're stacking your fists or your palms here. Relax the shoulders, relax the face. One of the most beautiful poses for letting go. And Krishna Das talks about the need to really cultivate strength in that letting go muscle. We all know that the more we let go, the more we can relax into a state of freedom. But it's often easier said than done. So let's take a few more breath cycles, 3 more breath cycles with the mantra let go. So inhale, let. Exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Last one. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Pushing into your hands, gently walk yourself all the way back to an upright. Tuck your toe, hug your back knee in, push into your hands, and take a child's pose. Can you feel the difference there side to side? Good. Second side. Spread your fingers, take your knees together, inhale. Right leg extends back and up, lift and arch the spine, the gaze is up. And exhale, round, hug the knee into the chest, take the knee behind the right wrist, tuck the toe to draw the back leg back. Have a look at your back leg, make sure it's nice and centered, the knee facing down. Flesh away from underneath that right sit bone. Maybe you can wiggle the foot. It's always important to take time to set up our foundation so that we can fully relax and let go in alignment. Push into the earth, open the heart, inhale, and exhale, lower down, left forearm, right forearm. Stack your fists or your palms. Maybe the top of the foot comes to the earth. Close your eyes. Soften your heart. And come into the mantra, let go, for the next 3 full breath cycles. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. What are you releasing? Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Ha. Last one. Inhale. Slowly walking your hands back to an upright. This time let's walk our hands over to the right, roll over, bring your back leg forward, and we'll come into a butterfly. Interlace the hands underneath the feet to open the heart, open the chest. And as you exhale, pour your heart forward. The elbows press into the knees, the chin comes to the chest, and find your breath. Maybe you're surrendering your palms open. Keep relaxing your face. Anytime the mind wanders, just come to the breath, to the sensation. And with your next breath in, we come all the way up. Hands come behind the back. Lift your hips and come all the way down onto the earth. Resting one hand at the belly, one hand at the heart, connecting in to your biorhythms, just cultivating receptivity and openness in this beautiful shape. Feeling the support of the earth. You're welcome to continue holding this pose for a while, or you're welcome to come into a back bend. So I'll walk you through 2 different back bends today. Walk your hands outside the thighs, bring your knees to the sky, your feet in, your fingertips tickle your heels, and lift the hips to release the low back. So the first is Setu Bandhasana. So spread your toes, push into your feet, inhale, press your hips all the way up. Rock your shoulders underneath. Maybe you're interlacing the hands, coming onto the shoulders. Hug your knees together. Lift your hips. Come high onto your toes. Press your hips even higher. Hug the knees in. And then keep your upper body as it is as you lower your heels towards the earth. Press the hips up. Inhale and exhale. Release one shoulder at a time. And come into our resting pose. Feet together, knees wide. Again, you're welcome to stay here or come up into that first variation. Otherwise, you may like to come into a full wheel. Take the knees to the sky, the fingertips tickle the heels, release the low back, and bring the fingers just outside the shoulders, facing towards the feet. Rooting down into the feet, press your hips up, slide onto the top of your head, and squeeze your elbows and knees to the midline before pressing up into a full Urdhva Dhanurasana. Press the heart. Maybe you can walk your hands in. So they call this one wheel pose because eventually your hands are touching your feet and you look like a wheel. Chakrasana. Open your heart. And when you're ready, hug your chin to the chest. Lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae. One hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Take the hands outside the knees. Take the knees together, hug the knees into the chest, lift the hips, hug your knees in, and then gently rock side to side. Massaging out any tension, letting any creaks and cracks. And then slowly coming onto the back, squeezing the knees in, Apanasana, wind relieving pose. Now, if you're on your moon cycle today, release your hands and take your legs to the sky. You might like to come and sit up on a cushion here. If it's okay for your body, for your neck, we'll come into a plow pose. So option 1, stay here. Option 2, lift the hip, take the feet up and over the head, rock the shoulders underneath the back. Push the feet into the earth to lift the hips, taking the folds out of the belly. Maybe you can bring your hand to touch the feet. Find your breath. Fire up your legs. And then one leg at a time, activating the feet, your hands to your hips, shoulders stand. Your heels, knees, and hips are in one line. Please stay mindful to avoid any movements of the head. But slow motion, you may like to come through some variations. So take your right leg forward, your left leg back, activate the feet. In slow motion, come back to center. Second side. slow motion back to center. Open your legs wide in a straddle. Push out through the feet. Slow motion back through center. Maybe you're taking a butterfly or a lotus. If there's any other variations that speak to you today that you want to try, please feel free. If you're in legs up the wall pose, come into a happy baby. For those of us in shoulder stand, let's gently release back into plow. The feet come up and over the head. Rock your shoulders underneath. Take your knees on either side of your ears, Karna Padasana, maybe wrapping the arms around the knees, closing off the eyes and the ears, Pratyahara pose. Release your hands to the earth, gently roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. We'll all meet in a happy baby. Hands to the arches of the feet, maybe rocking side to side. Gently release the feet to the earth, feet together, knees wide. Bring your hands underneath your butt cheeks. Your elbows root down into the earth. Inhale, lift your heart all the way up, fish pose. Crown of the head towards the earth. So if you came up into a shoulder stand today, this is a beautiful counter pose, pushing down into the elbows, lifting through the heart. Now push down through your elbows, lift through the chin to the chest, and help yourself come all the way back into a seated pose. Grab yourself a cushion. Take a moment to wiggle around. Your thumb and index finger come to touch, and the palms can face up or down. Close your eyes. Take 10 full breath cycles here in meditation pose. After our 10 full breaths, you may like to come into Shavasana, or else you might like to continue sitting to close our session together. Closing the eyes, the awareness to the heart, or gazing straight ahead from behind closed eyes. Inhale 1. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Inhale 5. Exhale 5, and continue 5 more rounds of counting your breath. You're welcome to come into Shavasana, slowly lying down onto the back, taking your feet as wide as the mat, your arms open wide. Let yourself take up space, or else feel welcome to remain in meditation pose. letting go of any holding in the body and the mind. Really gifting yourself this opportunity to surrender into the here and now. You're welcome to move into Shavasana or into a seated meditation at any point. The whole idea of practice is to be able to meet the ever-changing, ever-impermanent moment as it arises. The point of practice is to question how we meet this moment, knowing that the past is history, the future is a mystery, and now is what we have. Now is the present. The idea of practice is to help us cultivate the ability to meet each moment fully in love rather than in fear. We all have these voices in our head, these beliefs that are running in the background. We all have that. And the practice is about helping to free ourselves of the burden of these feelings so that we can be free of suffering and discover ways to be at peace in the world, to live in a good way, and to be at ease in the heart. There is no one way to practice. Find your way. Your life is a practice. Your life is the path. Practice is the way that we find strength. It's the way that we release. And then the fruits of our practice is that we spend less time in states of fear and shame, anger, low self-worth or self-esteem. If you're in Shavasana, take your last 3 full breath cycles here. Use your next exhale to awaken fingers and toes. Stretching the arms long overhead. Moving through any tension or holding. And then find yourself onto one side, please. And keep your eyes soft or closed. And slowly find your way back into our seated meditation pose. Lengthen your spine, lift your heart. take a moment to come back to your intention for this practice, for this path of practice. Remembering why you showed up today, why you stuck it all the way through. Inhale, sweep the arms up, crisscross your prayer. And exhale, bringing your arms forward, gently offering yourself to the mystery. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale, open, receive, let go, allow. Last one. And gently bring your hands into prayer. Lift your elbows and your heart. Take a moment to offer yourself gratitude for showing up to this path of practice. It's simple in some ways. We know that a practice is going to help us to feel better, and yet it can be so challenging to actually get ourselves to the mat. So taking a moment to really give thanks and appreciation to yourself. And if there's anything else that you're feeling grateful for in this moment, please bring that energy into the heart. And offering our practice in service to the highest good, that all beings in all realms may be peaceful and free. We sing Om together 3 times. Take a nice and deep breath in. Gently bow to your heart and softly opening the eyes. Namaste. Thank you so much for your practice and your presence today. My name is Francie from Pure Flow Yoga, and thank you so much for practicing with me today here at the Sanctuary Live. Please let me know in the comments below how you're feeling after this practice, and let me know where you're practicing. I love to really feel how connected we are all over the world. So have a beautiful new moon, have a beautiful day, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks so much. Bye.